So this video is about the Limbus company game by Project Moon. You should definitely play it. This video will probably be more relevant once Intervallo comes out or his canto comes out, as I could probably make more connections to what's more of the lore around how Lu is revealed. But I feel like you guys know these things before going into the Intervallo or canto would be kind of important, you know. Right, so let's start with the basics. How Lu's 8th sitter is based on Dreamer's Rain Chamber or Honglongbong in Mandarin. He's probably Jia Baoyu, as Jia Xichun directly calls him that in Canto 7. He talks a lot about drowning in a lake, which is a reference to the book and his base ego. It is also a reference to how the Gloom Pegatorum look, and is probably foreshadowing to his own canto. His symbol has an eye, which is the same color as his eyes, so there's a theory where his glowing eye is actually the jade. His symbol also has clouds and mist around it, which is symbolism for his theme of illusions. His ego art has a shadow of a massive bell on it, which can be heard when his ego is used. The bell scene may be important later when his canto comes around. Okay, so this is a more complicated part. The original book uses a lot of homophones to provide additional meaning. For example, the family name Jia is also pronounced the same as the character for fake, Jia, which provides the meaning that the family's wealth and power are all fake. Han Lu's name in Limbus, contrary to popular belief, does not actually mean Red Chamber. His name is written down to be Hong Lu, which is pronounced similarly to the characters from Red Chamber, Hong Lo. His name by itself does not actually have a real meaning, but if you look at the individual characters, it does have some meaning. The character Hong has multiple different meanings, including Goose, Swan, Ladder, Flood, Replacement, Great, Prosperous, and the world before it was fully formed. The meaning Swan, Goose, and Letter may be relevant later, but probably are actually the intended meaning by Project Moon. Prosperous is probably meant to just be about how rich his family is, and Flood is definitely a reference to his ego and how in the background of his character art there is a bunch of water everywhere. Lu simply means fine jade, combined with the meaning of great from the previous character. It could mean that his name means great precious jade, which is the same meaning as his name in the original book. Combined with the interpretation of replacement, it gives him the name Replacement Jade. At the end of his original book, Baoyu's jade gets taken away, causing him to lose his intelligence and goodness. This would mean that Limbus takes place after the book, which means that he is meant to replace someone. With the meaning of the world before it was fully formed, it would mean that his name is Jada before the world's formation. In the original novel, the jade was a jade that was left behind after Nu'a formed the heavens. Long story. So his name makes sense here. The background of his character portrait also contains a lot of references and details that are kind of difficult to notice or understand. Let's just start with the simple ones. The back of his art has gates and water, and there's a lot of water on the ground, which is associated with his theme of water, and how the sin of gloom is also related to water. There's a reflection of the moon and some flower petals in the water. This is a reference to 镜花水月, which roughly translates to reflective flowers and moon in the water, which means an illusory mirror image. The saying relates to the theme of water and illusions. It might also have something to do with the Night of the White Moon, since Sassy Trend was talking about her, but I don't really know. Okay, so here's a really difficult part that I kinda need help with. So all of the sitters have a phrase that relates to them. It is usually written somewhere on them, like on Gregor's arm or like Don Quixote's lance. Lu's phrase is 太虚幻境. This phrase roughly translates to World of Illusions. But something really interesting is in the back of his character art. The phrase is written backwards. This could mean that the image is a reflection from the world of illusions, as if it is reflected, the other side would be the entrance to the world of illusions, since the gate would say the phrase correctly if it was mirrored. This is also shown by how above and outside the gate you can see a bunch of modern buildings, while inside the gate there's only water and reflections. I think I'm missing something. My Mandarin isn't that good, so I need someone in the community to help me with this one. 镜幻虚态 is probably a homophone for something, and that it would be really important. It kind of just sounds like a lot of words, but I can't really find any that make sense. And since in the beginning of Dreamer's Red Chambers, there's a gate that has this line from poem written on it, and it turned out to be a homophone foreshadowing a major plot point. So these things are just some things that I've noticed. So pay attention to the things that could relate to their intervallo, and this may be even foreshadowing to his canto. Or I may be completely wrong and none of this matters, and Project Moon just pulled a fast one on us.